Sit. Come on. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Walk with Regis. Today is July 8th. Today the weather will be, the high will be in the high 70s to low 80s. And the low will be in the high 50s to low 60s. There will be a 40% chance of precipitation today. And I've got quite a few news stories for you. Of course, Mr. Whinybutt here was eager to leave, but I still had to research the news stories for you. First news story of the day. Police investigate a hit and run that occurred on Abbott Road and Kenneflick Avenue, where a cyclist was hit by a car. The driver of the car then proceeded to take off and flee the scene. Well, that's been happening a lot lately. That's why I'm extra careful on my bike, and I ride on the sidewalk when possible. With the exception of popping a curb or something, I very much doubt that I'm going to get hit. Because you never know what kind of a day the person in the vehicle driving on the same road as you is having when they come across you on your bicycle. You have to be aware and alert of all the cars around you. And then I make a habit of letting cars go before me. So if I come up upon an intersection where I don't know, have the right of way, I'll sit there and I'll insist the cars go first to make sure there's absolutely no cars around me before I continue my journey. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I do not like cars near me or around me. I know that most cars aren't watching where they're going. And even on the sidewalk, it poses a danger for me. Like I was cycling down the sidewalk the other day. Well, look at that. A car hit our pole. But anyway, a car was cycling, or I was cycling down the sidewalk past this little shopping plaza. And this car was exiting the shopping plaza and didn't even bother to look to either side for pedestrians or people on bicycles. Pulled right up into the crosswalk, didn't look, prepared to make the turn, saw me almost hit their car, and then threw up their hands like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Well, you should have been fucking paying attention. So I make a point to drive slow when there's traffic nearby. Wow, this is the second one I found. That's the second one I found, I think. You never know what you find on these walks. And I'm walking in my pajamas. So anyway, yeah, I make a point of always making sure that the cars go first and I drive on the sidewalk. And when I'm going past things like shopping plazas, to go a little slower than normal. Alright, next news story. A group of new firefighters are under investigation hours after their graduation after a crash was discovered on Elk Street that led to a car fire. So apparently the Jeep Cherokee was driven by 3 recruits, one of them driving, when it crashed into a parked tow truck. On video, it could be seen 2 of the men exit the vehicle and walk away as the cars light on fire. They're under investigation for the incident. They were probably out celebrating their graduation. They probably got wasted. And they probably walked away because they didn't want to be associated with it. But didn't realize there was cameras nearby. Oh, we got a deposit. He's got hairs connecting his poops. This means he's been licking off the floor again. That's funny. I heard a noise. He flexed, and the poops attached to the hair withdrew back up, almost back into him. And he's still pooping hair. You ever seen a dog try to poop hair? It's funny. Alright. Poops collected. Come on. Come on. Alright, so. And other news stories. I've got a couple more. Good boy. A pediatrician and his 2 daughters are being fondly remembered after losing their lives to the house fire on Huntington Avenue that happened on the 4th of July. I do believe I reported on this story, but at the time I reported, nothing was revealed. It just said that there was a fire on Huntington Avenue. That was it. It didn't say if there was anybody inside. It didn't say the damage. It didn't say how many alarms went off or anything. It didn't give me any information, just house fire on Huntington Avenue. So, a couple of days later, come to find out that 3 people were inside. This pediatrician and his 2 young daughters had perished while inside. So yesterday the community came together at his practice and released balloons into the air to remember him. Remember his legacy and remember him and his kind daughters who always were there to help out those in need and spread kindness and cheer to the community. The pediatrician's surviving daughter, who wasn't home at the time of the fire, vows to honor her father's legacy and incorporate that which he taught her in her everyday life. Alright, next news story. A Buffalo man is being arraigned on 5 counts. Count that, 5 counts of attempted murder in the first degree, which is a Class A felony. 1 count criminal possession of a weapon, which is a Class C felony in the second degree. 1 count reckless endangerment in the first degree, which is a Class D felony. For a second I thought that was fireworks, but that don't sound like, I mean, it's happening too. What is that? It sounds like those crackle fireworks, but it's continuous and keep going. Well, it's over now. Okay, and then 1 count unlawful fleeing police in a motor vehicle in the third degree, which is a Class A misdemeanor. Now, the gentleman who racked up all these charges is the very gentleman whom, a while back, led police on a high-speed chase, dumped off a female passenger from his vehicle who was later apprehended anyway, and then proceeded to shoot at officers in an attempt to, I guess, kill them, I don't know, while he was fleeing from them. So this is that high-speed chase that I reported on a while back when I told you guys that I was making dinner the one day and I just so happened to overhear it because they whizzed right by our neighborhood. Sirens, wailing, guns, cracking. So I definitely remember this. That's all the charges he's getting, or that's all the charges that have been piled against him. And I'm not surprised, or I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't pile up more. Oh, I see smoke. I'm seeing smoke after that sound. I'm seeing a lot of gray smoke. I wonder if there was like a transformer blew or something. I don't see as much smoke anymore, but I mean, I suppose if I hear sirens, I'll know something happened. And then I got one more news story for you guys. A Buffalo man pleads guilty to injuring 2 people in an Allentown shooting. It is alleged that the individual in question did on purpose intentionally shoot the 2 people, one of whom was in serious condition. The other was treated and released for their injuries. he pleaded guilty to these crimes. And that's it for the news. Come on, Regis. I don't know why you stop at every little spot on the sidewalk. It's just seagull poop. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't you want to go home and have some breakfast? I'd love to go home and have some breakfast, but I gotta turn around and deal with a bed. I don't see any more smoke up ahead. And there he goes. Come on. And as far as work is concerned, work's been all right. It seems like that orders have increased on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and you're driving on the wrong side of the road. Come on. Lordy, lordy. His insistence to stop every 6 inches. You're not going to get breakfast any faster this way. You want a treat? Yeah, look, he's completely not food motivated right now. He's investigating that smell. You're not peeing anything, you're peeing air. Yeah.